to your hands, get ready, say go. Stop 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 to your hands, get ready, say go. Let's start over. Elevator 1 says stop. Elevator 2 says stop. Elevator 3 says keep on going till your hands are red and hot. What is this? Stop. Bang to bang, I said A-E-I-O. You bamboo, you're out.
I'm going to let some of the students present those diversity flags to you. They got to be as creative as they wanted to be, and a lot of them were interesting. And so we're going to let Danielle come up first, and following Danielle is Diego, and then Martin Houston, and who's after Martin? Sergio, and Hayden. No, yeah, okay. All right, turn it over to Danielle.
The famous character that I got was Sam Walton. The place of his birth was Kingfisher, Oklahoma, and the facts that I got about him, that when he was a student in high school, he was a good athlete, and before he became famous of making Walmart, he accepted a job at J.C. Penney's as a cashier, and he's best known for making the store everybody knows and loves, Walmart, in 1962. And his occupation is a businessman. And if I could meet Sam Walton, I would want to know why did he make Walmart in the first place?
Louise Sayden. She was born in November 12, 1905 in Bentonville, Arkansas. Her death was on November 5th, 1975 on High Point, North Carolina, and her birthday was on November 12th. Before she was famous, she worked at a coal factory where she had to, just find coal. Her occupation was an American aviator, which means is a plane. She flew a plane. Some of her interesting facts were she wrote a book called High, White, and Frightened, and her ex-spouse or husband was, I forgot, but her friend was also a pilot. She was best known for being the first lady to fly a plane and win the Bendix Cup, which is basically a plane race. And if I were to meet her, I'd want to know why did she want to fly a plane.
90. A grocery sacker, a delivery boy, and a soda jerk. A soda jerk is a person who sells soda. He was best known for creating Holiday Inn. His occupation was a businessman. If I ever met Kenneth Wilson, I would ask if he ever stayed at his own hotel.
Scipio Africanus Jones. He was raised in Dallas County, Arkansas. He was born in August 3rd, 1863. He died on March 2nd, 1943. Jones was a Republican. He ran for state representative. He was the founder of People's Ice and Fuel Company. Before he was famous, he was a school teacher. He is best known for successfully guiding the appeals of the 12 African men condemned to death after the race riot. His occupation was a lawyer. If I could meet him, I would ask him why did he start the Ice and Fuel Company.
Corliss Williamson. He was born on December 4th, 1973. And before he became famous, he went to the University of Arkansas and graduated. For his career, he was drafted by the Sacramento Kings in the first round as a 13th pick. He played for 4 different teams in a 12-year career. He was best known for his nickname, which was the Big Nasty. He is currently the assistant coach for the Orlando Magic. And if I met him, I would want to know how many championships did he win.
Symbols, and it is you guys know, our dance, our state dance is the square dance. And so our first and second graders are very excited to present to you the dance that they have learned. So if you are a first and second grader who will bravely do the square dance, please come up and take your position.
You got on pause for it now.
No, it's ready to go. It's all recorded.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going
Redlindo. Yes. Come on. Your mommy is here to see you. Leo.
Get up on the line.
Y'all ready to see a square dance? Yeah! All right.
This is 1 point, this is 2 points, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, this is 10. If you get it here, you get an extra turn.
All right, let's play. Let me see the play. Oh, that was good. Good, good. How many points to get a ticket?
20. Each. This is 10 tickets. So I have 20 tickets already.
Okay.
And I'm good.
All right, good job.
So I have mine.
How do you play, Jeanette?
So right here you gotta start. You gotta try to not fall in these, because if not you get out.
Oh, you made a maze.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. All right, Javier, you gonna play? All right, Javier, gonna play. Okay. Almost. One more shot. You can do it. Oh, close, 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 close.
I did my best. I'm
Your
taking
family gonna win again like they
No,
did?
they did not win.
Yay! No. My brother and
Hey,
sister
dude,
won last
You
time.
gave me another ticket? Oh yeah, 2 tickets. We need a cup for it. Hold on. Yay.
Man, go on.
Okay.
Got longer hair now.
Yeah. So, do you
It's a video of playing games. Oh! Yay! Yay! Oh!
I've got points so far.
This one's going in.
I got 2.
I see it, because I'm behind it. All right.
Yes!
Yay!
That's 3. Are the blue ones worth more points? No.
Some mad skills. Hey!
Yay!
Well, I gotta use that.
So, yo, if I hit you upside the head, I am so sorry.
When I got the theme from Ms. Cook that it was Innovation Arkansas, I was thinking, all right, now how am I going to work this into music? And I thought, well, let's just start with some native Arkansans, who are kind of famous. I also wanted to work with a genre, and boys and girls, remember, genre means a type or style of something that we don't normally do during the school year. So the first song that we're going to do, and by the way, boys and girls, we're going to start with Arkansas, okay, not the sign. And so I chose a song by some famous brothers known as the Wilburn Brothers. Now, I'm not originally from Arkansas. I'm originally from Memphis, so I know more about the jazz and and stuff that's going on in Memphis. But we studied jazz in music, so I thought we're going to do something different. And the Wilburn Brothers were pure country music, okay? They had a show, a local music variety show in the 60s and 70s. So I showed the children a video of the Wilburn Brothers, and the song we're doing, they were singing it in a different key than what our Orff pitch percussion instruments can be tuned to. So we're playing in the key of C major, and the children learned chords and root position. And this is something different in music. We normally read it off of, say, the treble staff or the bass staff, but the children were learning how to chord. And this, I was explaining to them, this can be carried over to any instrument or the voice. We think about guitars, for example, and once you learn which strings are what, okay, you can do chord progressions. So we learned these 4 chord progressions, we learned what a scale was, and then we learned how to do the 1st, 3rd, and 5th scale degree to form a chord. Or if it's got a 7, you add the 7th scale degree. So for some of y'all that aren't musical, I just thought that I'd explain to you what we were doing. So we're going to begin with this song called Arkansas. It can be difficult for boys and girls to sing and play at the same time, even though they're basically playing on a steady beat, but they're changing chords multiple times. So, so let me pull up that. Whoops, that was blank. So we started with just this that disappeared on me. Okay, so when the children saw a letter, they knew that they had to do the 1st and 3rd scale degree, or the 3rd and 5th, or once they got to G7, they would add the F sharp. So we changed bars out to make it be able to go to the key of G. So it's harder than it looks, to do, because you're trying to look up there and then look at your bars at the same time. But they did great. The children were also, they didn't have to necessarily play in unison. If their pitches that they were playing were in the lower octave, they could choose to play in the lower octave or switch over to the higher octave. It really didn't matter because it all sounds good once it comes together. And then the first and second graders were gracious enough to learn the song. So this way, since we don't have accompaniment, as far as the Wilburn Brothers singing, so we're gonna do our country song for y'all. And the Wilburn Brothers were raised in Hardy, Arkansas. I know when I was a teenager, we used to go over there in canoe, so I'm familiar with Hardy. And then they went on to become famous in their own right in the country music world. And so we just want to present this for you. Okay. All right. And we're adding a little bit of some African drumming to it too. The children help create some of the color instruments too. All right. Boys. Relax with the drums. Excellent. So that was fun to just learn a different aspect of music. Our next song in 2015, we have an Arkansan named Barrett Baber, who was a finalist in the 2015 The Voice show. And he had been famous in Arkansas for a few years regionally. He's originally from Fayetteville, so in that area, he was very, very popular. And then in 2014, this is before The Voice, the Arkansas Parks and Recreation put out a contest to come up with a song that they could use, like in commercials and on websites and things like that. And Barrett Baber won a contest, and his song is also called Arkansas, except it's spelled out, so it's A period, R period, etc. So the younger children, the accompaniment, these are all 4th and 5th graders, completed, and then the rest of the children are all completed 1st through 3rd. So we did sign language, and I thought that would be really fun. you're going to notice on the word Arkansas, I pointed out that we spell it because their hands are going to be going 90 to nothing when we do that part on the chorus, or you can also call it the refrain. So they have worked very hard, and sign language is fun. And again, we might do a little bit. Let's say we're getting ready for a PTA performance or performance for the school, but I started thinking we don't concentrate on that, and that is it's a super fun expression. Another place, if you want to sort of cross it over into the real world, is outside of the education setting. A lot of sign language is done for worship, like in churches. And when I get back from Brazil, I'm doing a camp at Ouachita, and one of my teaching sign. So just to let you know, those of you that attend church, this is something that can be carried over into a worship setting as well. Some of y'all may experience that already. But that's been popular for probably 30 years to do like in worship settings. So really super fun. So again, Barrett Baber, and I have to pull up the YouTube to get the music, but we're not watching the video.
See that muddy river, she's rolling. Down that eastern border she winds. Ozark Mountain Mama is calling. Cross the red dirt through the rivers and pines. See the old canoe, it's all welcome to you. Oh, A-R-K-A-N-S-A-S. If you're